You would think that after Speed Racer and Cloud Atlas flopped, the Wachowskis would rein in their creativity a bit, but you'd be wrong. Instead, they appear to be going full throttle with their next flick, Jupiter Ascending. The sci-fi actioner takes place in a future where humans live alongside the next step in the evolution of our species. Awkward. Imagine Cro-Magnon neighbors, but you're the Cro-Magnon. It also seems that these advanced humans like to experiment on themselves, splicing their DNA with animal DNA as needed, such as wolves with soldiers and bees with workers. But when it's discovered that a young woman living in poverty has the same exact genetics as the queen of the universe and threatens the advanced humans, a bounty hunter is sent to kill her. But instead, he falls in love with her and they go on the run. You know, this happens so often in these stories, you'd think villains would know better than to send hot people to kill other hot people. But I digress. Anyway, if you think the plot seems weird, wait until you hear the casting. Mila Kunis plays the young woman and possibly the Queen of the Universe as well. Shades of Natalie Portman's stilted performance in the Star Wars trilogy, while Channing Tatum plays the bounty hunter. I don't know, the Wachowskis did work wonders with Keanu Reeves. But are they really going to keep his name as Django? Sean Bean and Eddie Redmayne also star. Now, I am a big fan of the Wachowskis, and as I often point out on this show, I loved Speed Racer. I have yet to see Cloud Atlas, though, because I skipped it in theaters due to extremely poor word of mouth. It got just a 7 here on Beyond the Trailer, and it's taking forever to come out on DVD. But regardless, one really has to question Warner Brothers' ability at this point to manage their talent. Of course, anyone can understand the studio wanting to keep the directing duo happy and in-house, as their Matrix trilogy did bring in over $1 billion worldwide. However, imagine how much more it could have brought in had the Wachowskis not tanked the franchise themselves with their convoluted, visually uninteresting third act. How many more blank checks can the studio write, Andy and Lana, considering they took a bath on Speed Racer, and Cloud Atlas was not only a financial flop, but didn't register on the award circuit either? Sure, Warner Brothers lets Christopher Nolan do whatever he wants, but the man delivers, not just at the box office, but with critics and resoundingly fans. And while to a lesser degree, the studio's other in-house talent can also be counted on to deliver, but not the Wachowskis. What do you think? Should the Wachowskis be allowed to continue to run free, or does Warner Brothers need to lock their shit down? As I've also said before, I think Andy and Lana are the only ones who can pull off a Justice League movie that can reasonably compete with the Avengers while not outright mimicking it. That is, if they make the film under a watchful eye. Perhaps Nolan's? Can one artist police another, or is that best left up to the suits? Too bad right now at Warner Brothers the suits are being shuffled. Maybe that's the problem. Check out this week's Movie Math to learn about the current drama at the studio and share your own thoughts about the Wachowskis down below. I'm Grace Randolph and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.